Hello everyone, we're back with Fate Grand Order with Avalon le Fae. It has been like 2 months, I want to say? It's been a while. Oh, I didn't adjust my volume. Yes, I was listening to Gooby music. Don't yell at me. Yeah. I remember where we were. We had a Mashu chapter where she was hanging out with like the big bad wolf or whoever. It's not his name, he had a name. The furry guy, and Habertrot was there. We're heading to the Welsh forest to hide out because Morgan's after us? Is that why? I think Moramas is with us. Yeah, anyway, it has been extremely hot here. So whenever I had free time, I was like, I could record. Or I could just, you know, not because it's 100 degrees out. And, you know, that's just miserable. So reading out loud takes a lot out of you. You don't even know. So yeah, I did plan to have like finish Act 1 this weekend. It's now Sunday night and I have time for like one video before I go to bed. So that's not happening. How long until we get to Wales? Well, taking the scenic route instead of the main road so as to not stand out. I thought Oberon was off looking for Mashu. I guess he's guiding us here first. So at this pace, I'd say we'll get there tonight, as long as we don't run into any trouble. Something wrong, Altoria? I forgot Da Vinci was with us. Been weirdly quiet for a while now. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to make Horsey nervous, but been getting a really bad feeling, like someone's been watching us all this time. Oberon! Why are we 4x3? You have the feeling the carriage is gonna flip over in about 5 seconds. Oh yeah, is there? Yeah, okay, yep. Lubu's with us. Haha, don't be silly. I'm Ridgerbit, the most elegant wind-like fey horse around. I would never let a carriage I was drawing tip over, especially with passengers inside. With the snort! Wyverns? What is it? What's with all the loud cars? Are we under attack? Everyone get out of the carriage. Is my volume? Oh. Hang on, we ain't under attack. Carriage just ran over something is all. What happened, Red Horse? The road's that bad out here? No, it's just... Sorry, I was writing a poem while gazing up at the sky. I didn't notice the large number of fairies collapsed on the road until it was too late. This is incredible. It's awful. It's incredible. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 of them blocking our way. We're alive. We're still alive. Please help us. It's a trap. Our cargo just get acting up. Attacked us out of nowhere. Hey ho. We're not hurt too badly. It would probably look completely fine. The cargo took one of us away. Down past that hill. That isolated cave no one would ever see unless they were looking for it. Dude, it's a setup. Please, you've got to save them. You nice suckers. I mean, people who wouldn't turn your back on a fairy in need, right? Oh yeah, not suspicious at all. Okay, thank you for not falling for it. That hell? Oh my god. Toya, why? Come on, everyone. We need to hurry before it's too late. At least it's not the protagonist being stupid this time. Wait, seriously? There's a fine line between being nice and being gullible, you know? You know, actually kind of impressed you managed to survive this long. Keep an eye on those fairies, Oberon. No problem. Good luck over there. Okay, yeah. Battle time. Okay, I'm fine with the early battle. It gives me time to talk. Oh. Dang it. Oh, wait, hold on. Can I, oops. Hey-ho! Don't know what I would have done if you guys hadn't come along. It's the last thing I go shopping in Gloucester. Wait, are they actually just nice guys? Should have known that bargain set was too good to be true. You mean, actually was in trouble? I guess so. That's a good plot twist. I feel bad for not giving those fairies a fair shake, no matter how suspect they seemed at first. Are you alright? There aren't any other fairies who were taken away, are there? Nope, it's just the 7 of us. No 8th fairy around here. Gotta say though, you guys sure are strong. By you guys, I mean the redhead. You on the other hand were crazy out there in a whole different sense of the word, lady. You're throwing out so many explosions, I thought you were gonna blow me up along with our escort. Next time you ought to take a page from the young Mrs. Playbook. She threw a bunch of stuff out of the cargo too, but she never hit me once. Going wild's all well and good. You gotta be aware of your surroundings too, especially when there's a hostage involved. Anyone else would be sicking a lawyer on you right about now. They have fairy lawyers, you know? I know, you're right. Doing my best to overcome my clumsiness, so I hope you can be patient while I work to improve. You bet. Rooting for you, lady. These two got guts. That counts for a lot. Actually, no, she doesn't have a guts buff. So, if you're feeling alright now, you mind if we got going? Huh, why did dim? No, it's okay. No need to thank us. Seems like it'd be way more trouble than it's worth. But it dimmed because she's thinking? You sure? Now that I made you help us out, I thought I'd take it easy by sticking with you guys the rest of the way. But alright, since you gotta head home and report to the boss now that we're done taking out the trash. No, it's fairy logic. They're now in your debt and you can hang that over them for the rest of their lives. Here, I thought we could rely on those escorts we bought. Thank goodness you guys came along to help us out. Thanks, gullible looking lady. You're taking out the trash? You mean the Camelot's pit? But soldiers are supposed to be escorts for that, since Moors tend to show up near the pit. Go to gun with soldiers. Say they don't have time for escort missions these days. That's why we got escorts from a beautiful lady in Gloucester instead. She said we could have them cheap since we're gonna get the fine-tuning right. That's Tomamovich. Well, Koyanskaya. We can call her that, right? Well, I mean, I think that's technically wrong, actually, but nah, I mean, Koyanskaya. What's this about trash? Like, are we talking like bodies, or? I mean, you don't know, human kid? Guess you must have gotten out of our ranch recently, huh? Yeah, that's right, ha ha ha. Luckily, no more showed up near the pit. Guess they're all gathered around Norwich now. And sometimes I really worry about what's gonna happen to Fairy Britain. Between Gawain, the Fang clan's biggest troublemaker, Tristan, the Queen's pet psycho. Only decent Tomlin of the bunch is Lady Lancelot. Maybe I should make a break for the North. You know when Tomlin Lancelot comes out, they're gonna be like completely psycho, right? And what am I saying? Could never do that. For the 7 Merry Brothers, Lady Aurora's faithful servants. I actually have no idea what her deal is. I know her name. I looked it up on Wikipedia too. I'm kind of wondering if it's related to something. Especially with like them being Tomlin Lancelot of all things. Anyway. Hey ho, it's back to work we go. Is Aurora the pretty one that I thought was gonna be evil but was actually just nice? Thanks again for everything, you guys. You watch out for the Moors too, you hear? I mean, technically we don't know she's not evil. I bet they're gonna do the plot twist and her like attendant lady who was mean to us is gonna be nice, but she's evil. Get the attendant lady's name. Agape. I see. Who was I seeing? For the record, it's not my fault we didn't get there today. It's all on Artoria for dragging us into yet another rescue. Hey Oberon, can you like duck your head? That's a pretty night sky. I want to look at it. You do all understand that, right? Also, do you naturally attract trouble, Horsey? Or are you just unlucky like that? Now that you mention it. This did help me get my bearings in terms of using my blade and all. Fairy Britain isn't like the other lost boats I've seen so far. Finally figured out how tough my blade needs to be. Your magecraft ain't half bad either, Artoria. Got no idea why fairies here say your skills ain't worth much. I do know they're a great fit for me. My scabbard's feeling smoother than ever with you around. Is that an innuendo? Glad you're on my side. Thank you. Same here. I see. Like fairy soldiers, Morimasa doesn't just use his own magical energy to fight. He also uses external enchantments as naturally as though they're part of his own body. I wonder, where is Avalon at? Like the scabbard, the sheath, whatever you want to call it. True, Morimasa's fighting skills are definitely cut above the rest. You say he's an alter ego, right? That means he's not a pure servant? Well, is it okay if we tell him the story, Morimasa? Sure, go ahead. That's as good a time as any, Horsey. Besides, I don't need anyone coming to me later complaining about how I was secretly a bad guy all along, or I could betray their trust, yada yada. You see, it's a long story, but here it goes. Foreign god, blah blah blah, Kadak, blah blah blah, Ophelia died because of big old cert guy. Also 3 and 4, they're kind of filler, Kristaria, blah blah blah, and that's it, yeah. So he's a servant mixture this foreign god made? He's actually been fighting against Horsey and Chaldea up till now? Basically, everything, especially in Olympus, when he pulled off something really crazy right at the end. Like Morimasa, that reminds me. You're strong enough to cut Atlas's spirit origin in half. You failed to assassinate Queen Morgan. Some other fairy handed your butt to you, pardon my French. Can you explain to me how that works? Because I don't get it. Nothing special to it. Just an alter ego who's optimized for killing gods. Okay. I was wondering if it had to do like with you know, lost belt logic, like, you know, Fae logic rather. That's only because the foreign god imbued me with divine spirits who are good at that sort of thing. Oh, I didn't know that. Apparently one of them is a blind god of war who is responsible for Ragnarok. The twilight of the gods. Wait, blind god of war? Oh, my Norse mythology's bad. Yeah, very well. Kind of a wish fulfillment of mine. Don't ask. Like, I thought, was Loki blind? He wasn't a god of war. My understanding is Loki was like, ah ha ha, it's time, I'm sick of you guys. So he summoned 3 guys, a snake, a wolf, and something else. And it was like, it's time to kill the world. Tyr is the Norse god of war. No idea who that is. Wish fulfillment? Point is, I'm not exceptionally strong or anything. Just don't have to use magical energy to kill gods. I'm assuming they're Japanese? Or could it be related to Hephaestus in some way? So Olympus was perfect for me in Scandinavia. Well, Scandinavia would have been rough. You can figure out why. Skadi, I think she was called. This alter ego version of me and better might have flown into a genuine rage. Okay. No, the blind god of war would have had words to say about it. Her of all gods being fooled. Anyway, there you have it. Pretty useful when I'm up against divine spirits, or in worlds where divine spirits are calling the shots. That must also mean you can kill the foreign god. Now I see. I had a feeling this was the case, but you just helped me clarify it, Morimasa. The land of the Fae has no concept of religion, which means you're useless. Yep, there's no gods in Britain. I have no idea how this world ended up like that. It's dang peculiar. The whole world is ruled by fairies, but they're in a trace of gods, the greatest mystics ever, anywhere. Oh, I guess that is kind of weird. Well, that only makes sense, don't you think? It's only humans who desire gods. Okay, that also makes sense. Fairies can do anything they want on their own, so they don't have to rely on higher power for help. But like, even if they're not like worshipped, like for example, the Greek pantheon still existed. So of course their society isn't going to think up gods. You know, that is a good point. I'll have to write all this down later in my next message to Chaldea. Wonder what Holmes is going to have to say about it. I don't know much about these god things either, so I can't speak to that. But you're still Horsey's enemy, right? Glad you're here helping us now, but are you really comfortable working alongside your enemy? You don't have to worry about that, Artoria. It's like I told you back in Gloucester. Now that you've saved me, I'm gonna stick with you, Child of Prophecy. It's easier for me that way. I ain't usually one to find fault with my own work. At least this one's a job I can finally get beyond. So you're not fully on board with the foreign god's job then? Are you freaking kidding me? Heck no! Think things a pain in the butt. Farted my French times 10. Even now I still have no idea what the hell a foreign god even is. She just summoned me without asking, mixed some divine spirits into me without asking, forced a bunch of work I never asked to be a part of on me. I've always been a maker of weapons, so I know my hands weren't the cleanest to begin with. At least when I was alive, I could swear to the Buddha that I never went down the wrong path. Of course, now that I've got some other things mixed in with me, I don't have a right or wrong path anymore. If nothing else, I'm gonna make sure I do good work on any job I take on. It's the least I can do as Muramasa. That's very you. Yep. At least I would be if I was still my original heroic spirit. That ain't exactly the case now, but still be fairly useful. In that case, we'll be happy to work with you. We could use all the help we can get now, especially from a heroic spirit we've already acquainted with. Once again, even if it's only in this last bump, I'm glad we're on the same side, Senji Muramasa. Thanks. I'm setting the price for this job myself. I'll be helping out any way I can. Anyway, on a different note, I do wonder what's gonna happen to him after this Lost Belt. I genuinely, I don't remember him showing up in Lost Belt 7 at all. Like as a support or anything. You think he kicks the bucket? Probably. They want to just kill him off as a shock value. I don't really want to ask this. As much as I dislike the guy, you're still a colleague, so... How did Limbo's final moments go? Pathetic. He kicked and screamed until the end. I see. Alright, gonna pretend I didn't hear that and just go to bed. Should I have done the third one? Anyone awake? They're not, are they? No, they're all sleeping soundly. I'll take that as a good sign. Oh, I'm pretty sleepy too, but I have to stand guard. No shady looking things nearby. Check. No more nearby. Check. Don't worry, everyone. I'll make sure. Victoria, stay safe. Who is this? Gareth? Maybe? Because we never figured out where Gareth was, right? I thought they were going to show up, last time. Well, not last. Blue Strikes, you okay? Oh, we started recording. We had the classic game crash. You gotta love those. But it looks like we made it into the forest and we were being tailed by someone, but they seem nice. I was talking about how I assume it's Gareth. I didn't cut that out, I think. This time, will you shoot him? Funny writers, I guess. Okay. Anastasia? I actually completely forgot I had Oberon. I still haven't used him. Okay. What's with all the purple? We're here! Welcome to my domain, the autumn woods of Wales. It doesn't look like there's any towns or villages here. Oh. I like how it has its own little runes, glyphs, hieroglyphics, I don't know. It's Lord Oberon, everyone, come quick! Lord Oberon has returned! Oh, should I say this in French? The most foreign language out there? Please, oh Lord Oberon, please tell us about what you saw outside, je ne sais quoi. Thank you for the warm... Is that French or Latin? Thank you for the warm welcome, everyone. It's good to see you have a guest with me today. I think it's French. This is Horsey. He watches over things just like I do. This is Da Vinci, the cutest genius you'll ever meet. This is Muramasa. He'll probably be kind enough to make us all sorts of useful things. And this is Artoria, the Child of Prophecy. See? Only the Child of Prophecy would be willing to come all the way to this isolated neck of the woods. Now do you believe I was telling the truth? What do I do, Oberon? You don't have to do anything. They're just glad you're here. Oh, but don't try to hug them, no matter how cute they are. They're not used to being touched, especially by outside fairies. Fairies are straight out of a picture book. The Hungry Caterpillar. Now this is what I mentioned a land of fairies would be like. Come on, fairies are fairies, right? I don't see anything special about. Please make me a helmet! I want to be a soldier! A soldier! Well, I guess they're a little different. Can tell what it's saying, but... Oh, we can't understand them? What is it, little guy? Got a helmet that fits you? Yeah, alright. Anything made for humans obviously won't fit you at all. Hey, Oberon, mind if I set up a workbench somewhere? Be my guest. I'll accept your leaves and twigs for your materials, if you don't mind. They don't actually want to be soldiers. They want to play pretend. I got it, don't worry. I'm not gonna make anything real. I love these people. Why is something tragic going to happen to them? I know it will. What about you? Who are you? Are you Oberon's friend? A real friend? Eh. Among says like you're our friend. You are our friend too. Please help him. Please help Oberon. Still they're friendly, but that's all I can tell. They're welcoming all of you here. None of the fairies who end up in these woods understand suspicion. There are no imitations, if you said. I thought that was a typo for limitations, but no. Of human society here, but we could at least put you up in tents. Why don't you all kick back and relax while I go see what's happening outside? Counting on all of you to take care of our guests, okay? Don't worry, these people are all nice. None of them are going to hurt you. Okay, everyone, ta-ta for now. I'll be back tonight, so make sure to save some dinner for me. I got too loud there and I think it echoed a little bit. Huh? Hang on, Oberon, at least tell us how we can understand what they're saying. And he's gone. I mean, at least we can tell these fairies are being welcoming to us, but... Indeed. I have no idea what these Welsh fairies are saying either. I also noticed Lord Oberon didn't bother to introduce me. That hurts, honestly. I keep forgetting he's here. Wonder why. Is he just absent-minded? Crap, I forgot he was here too. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? You're like Lord Oberon, you must get hungry too, right? He gets hungry? I guess if he's a servant, he needs mana, but... And isn't that why Saber ate a bunch in Fig's Day Night? That's kind of sus, though. I'll feed you, I'll feed you. Welsh chestnuts are yummy yummy. Said they're gonna feed us. With chestnuts, no less. That's amazing. Talk about a forbidden treat. Why is that forbidden? You'd almost never find sweets in the South thanks to the restrictions. But here we have a loophole. Or are chestnuts sweet? I've never had a chestnut, so... Forbidden? Oh yeah, Mike said the only upper-class fairies have access to confectionaries. Apparently the queen forbade processing fruits and such, so sugar is hard to come by here. Lady Aurora once gave me a bite of some kind of dark-colored bar. Chocolate? Honestly, I prefer carrots. They have a much more natural sweetness. This way, this way! Tell us about Oberon! Tell us about Oberon! Looks like the dining table's over that way. Still can't tell what they're saying, but if they're gonna treat us, who are we to say no? Good point. Okay. That's a water break if I've ever seen one. That meal was delicious! What she said. Sure was. Those were the most gorgeous grapes I've ever seen by far. I don't see what the innuendo was there, but you know, whatever you see, say Guro. Not only that, those fruits even have mystics in them. That's a great way for servants to recover magical energy. Okay, okay. Maybe I should take a few with us for the road. Send some to Holmes as a souvenir. Chomp chomp. Eating pears in a single bite. Still an extra plate left out. Is that for Oberon? Should we leave it for him? They're here! The black dogs are here! Run! Hide! You snooze, you lose! Huh? That's weird. Why they run up trees and hide in hollows all of a sudden? Chomp! See some black dogs over there. They're probably trying to hide. Oh my gosh! Come on, we have to get rid of them. It's the least we can do to pay them back for this feast. I wonder if that's... Hold on, I think a battle's about to start. I was just thinking the same thing. Black dogs are terrifying, but these poor fairies have no way of fighting back. Well, we're not going to let anything happen to them now that we're here. Come on, everyone. Let's show these dogs they're no match for our hair. You're not actually a servant? It's one of those human history convergence things. Okay, but... Yeah, Artoria's saying, oh my gosh. Do you think that's like a translation thing where she said something like the equivalent of oh my god in Japanese? Except, you know, without the god part. But they can't put the god part because they literally just talked about there being no gods here. So they had to, you know, improvise. Well, I mean, oh my... Well, I don't know if oh my gosh would be in Artoria's, like, be part of her voice. Kinda. Anyway, oh, the summer event started. Summer 6, I think? Like with Da Vinci the Dinosaurs. It's so long. Like the last summer event had this problem too. Like it just... Every section is like an hour long. Well, this time I think they're a little shorter than that, but they're still very long. Which... That was a big problem, like, last year. I think they've kind of realized that, you know, super long events are super long. There's been more like, you know, shorter ones. He's like, last year there were so many like 10-hour long events. It's just like, oh my god, please let me go. Like, I still mostly enjoy them, but also getting me to like commit that much time to reading in like 2 weeks is a lot. So yeah, I've only finished like the first 3 chapters of Summer 6. And, like, there's 10 days left. It's a 3-week event this time. So I gotta finish that. Gotta get, you know, back into it. But that's just so long. I think I actually ended up skipping like a section of Summer 5 last year just because it was so long. And like, not very good. Like, Summer 5 was... It was okay, right? It did not deserve to be like as long as a Lost Belt. I'm sure it probably actually almost was as long as the Lost Belt. I remember looking. There's a guy who just like uploads, you know, all the story of Fate Grand Order, including events. I'm pretty sure it ended up over 10 hours, which is like. Okay, I know Act 1 of Avalon le Fae, which is super long, right, is, I want to say 12 hours, I think? I haven't looked at it in a little bit, but I know it's over 10. It's long. But of course, this is like the longest Lost Belt. Well, I don't know how long Lost Belt 7 is. Also, would you stop cursing me? How much is that going to do, you think? I wasn't paying attention last turn. It was called stagnant. Oh, can hide the herds. Oh, that is a nasty sound effect. What the heck? Please stop that. Stop that immediately. Okay, we'll finish it this turn. Okay. So yeah, like this time, the character interactions are nice in Summer 6. Like Achilles and Anastasia are there, so like, you know, A+ already. But it's just so long. Oh, what the heck? You have 2 guts? Oh, please tell me it's not 3 guts. Okay, well, dude, what the heck? Please stop making that sound effect. Oh, I wonder... maybe? So, I had to reinstall BlueStacks when I got my new PC. I kept my drives, but there was like an error. Like in the BIOS, I had to enable emulation or something. So my whole BlueStacks corrupted. I had to reinstall it. I wonder if like my sound effects are like a lot louder than they usually are. That's why I'm noticing it. It's possible. I still haven't reinstalled the Japanese server for Fate Grand Order. I need to. Well, like I wasn't really active on it. Like part of me just is kind of thinking like if I don't, you know, I don't have to worry about that. But part of me is like, oh, I do want to, you know, kind of keep playing it, but also like, you know, I've been enjoying it less and less, and it crashes more and more. What's that incredibly powerful enemy doing mixed in with the black dogs? Probably just some fairy they bit who went mad from the excruciating pain. Those different from the Moors? What were those black dogs? Anyway. They're evil fairies that eat other fairies. Nobody's quite sure when they first showed up. The black dogs are the only kind of fairy that eats other fairies. Well, with one exception anyway. Are we going to name that exception now, or are we going to find out in 20 hours? Long time ago... Oh, sorry, I have hiccups? I don't know. Fairy eaters were one of the great calamities that used to plague this land. So the head of the Fang clan sealed them away. Some also said they only did so at the cost of a curse that befell their entire clan. They did it! They won! Vortigon! Vortigon! Oberon's gonna be so sad! Oberon's gonna be so happy! It's good friends now! I want to protect those caterpillars. Well, if the fairies are happy, they must have done a good job driving those creatures away. Alright, since it looks like we're gonna be staying here for at least a few days, why don't we set up camp? Especially since there's no point in worrying about what's going on outside now that we're here. Let's just relax and recuperate while we wait for Oberon to get back. Okay. There's no crash? Okay. You know, I do need more quartz. I spent all my quartz trying to get a Summer Anastasia. I didn't get her. Like you can see I used my fragments, saving them up. And whenever, I did like probably 90 quartz for Anastasia. And that ran out, I was like, okay, I've got to get her, no matter what. I tapped into the Forbidden Fund. And I still didn't get her. Or, I at least wanted Charlotte as like, you know, compensation. Because they're both cool, but I didn't even get it a single 4-star. You know, there's something I've been wondering about for a while now. Like, I'm complaining now, but I've been so lucky in the past couple months, like with Oberon and Morgan and was there someone else? I know I didn't get a Tomlin Tristan, but I got Gawain too. You know, there's something I've been wondering about for a while now. How do fairy families work? I have plenty of siblings in Salisbury. I didn't see anyone who looked like a parent and child. Well, of course you didn't. Fairies come into existence independently of anyone else. Okay. Well, only siblings we have are multiple fairies with similar attributes decide to call each other that. When they've all decided to stick together from the time they manifest, like the 7 fairies we saw yesterday. That's just how fairies live their lives. Okay, what about children? They say Tomlin Tristan is supposed to be Morgan's daughter, right? How does that work? Tristan? Morgan's daughter? Good one. No, that just means she's the Queen's successor. Guess in human terms, we'd say that Queen Morgan adopted Tristan. The only children in the fairy world are the next versions of you born after you die. Oh, fairies reincarnate. Let's see. Okay, for example, let's say we have Spinner Fairy A here. Spinner Fairy A lives for 100 years, then goes to sleep having fulfilled their purpose. But that doesn't mean the Spinner profession, or that fairy's way of life, disappear from Britain. So right after Spinner Fairy A dies, Spinner Fairy B is born. Fairies refer to this relationship as predecessor and current generation. I see. So then, does this current generation inherit anything from their predecessor? Okay, so I don't think it's quite reincarnation. Things like genes, lineage, records, names, or some other kind of property a human would pass on to their kids? Not really. Like I said, fairies are born on their own, so they don't have any connection like that. Okay, it's just when a fairy dies, another is born to fulfill their role, let's say? That goes for predecessors and current generation fairies too. Powerful fairies can hold on to their records, memories may be better here, but in general, the next generation is a completely blank slate. However, since the current generation has the same role, their abilities and appearance do resemble their predecessors to some extent. That's so the Spinner Fairy knows they're a Spinner Fairy, no matter where or when they're born. There are also times when a fairy who resembles the current generation is born, while the current generation is still alive. It's rare, but when it does happen, the new fairies are treated as the current generation's son or daughter. This is also why fairies who use magecraft are sometimes referred to as Morgan's daughters. Here in Britain, Queen Morgan used to be the only one who used magecraft. But now we have Tristan, who was given magecraft and named her successor, and Artoria, who was born using it. From the fairies' perspective, both are of the same type as the queen, hence Morgan's daughters. Okay, so that explains a little more why she's so jealous. I see. That's why Tomlin hates the Child of Prophecy so much. It's the rumors that I'm Queen Morgan's daughter. Not exactly, Artoria. It's not using magecraft that makes you Morgan's daughter. It's that fairies who use magecraft can become Fairy Britain's king. At least, I think so. That's the whole reason Morgan gave Tristan magecraft. It's her way of saying, you'll be the next king, rule over Britain as you see fit. It's like that was her way of trying to derail the prophecy to make sure the Child of Prophecy wouldn't take her throne. But then, you and your natural magecraft show up, and now Morgan, or rather Tristan, is all, what's the real one doing here? That's probably why she went to pieces at the auction house. She couldn't handle the terror. You think so? I don't think I was scaring her that much. I do, yes. Anyway, a confrontation with Tristan is pretty much inevitable. But don't worry, just relax and take it one step at a time. The fact that you use magecraft proves you're the Child of Prophecy, that you're destined to defeat the Queen. What if we're just being played and Artoria's not the Child of Prophecy? No matter how powerful Morgan may be, or how formidable the Tomlin are, as long as you're the Child of Prophecy, you'll be Britain's savior. Just do what needs to be done and the prophecy will be fulfilled. We're just here to help you. We're just here to help you. As long as you're around, Britain can, more importantly, will be saved. Even if some of us end up dropping out along the way. That's a death flag. Still going? It's 0 AP, so you never know if it's going to take 10 years or 5 minutes. I'm so thirsty today. No use, I can't sleep. Pretty background. The blue looks good with the purple, like little balls of light. Too much on your mind to sleep? Well, there's no need to stand. Here, have a seat. Why do you change clothes? Anime characters don't do that. So you and I was heading out together intel. Mind if I sit next to you? Great, don't mind if I do then. So here's an idea. Maybe you could feel better if you told me your story so far. Sure, you have a lot to say about everything you've seen and done before you came here. I thought I already did the blah 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 kadak blah blah blah. Hopefully we're doing that again. I see. So that's the journey you, Chaldea, has been on. Earth's future, humanity's existence, your survivor's guilt over the other lostbelts you've been to. No wonder you can't sleep, especially given what you've told me earlier. You're feeling guilty about the Child of Prophecy. Or maybe it's not guilt so much as alienation? Artoria is about to spill a lot of blood, but it has nothing to do with you. It's been your role up until now. You've kept fighting even when it was hard. You never had any choice, did you? Responsibility for it all rested entirely on your shoulders. Not here, though. Here you have to put it all on Artoria's shoulders. Now you don't know what to do with these feelings. Might even be feeling like a coward here. Since you can't forget that you have no intention of saving Fairy Britain. Well, maybe Oberon. You're more concerned about finding your lost companion. Something happened to Mashu, you could never forgive yourself, right? Wrong. Surprised I can tell all that? You're trying not to let it show, of course. I can still see. But look at it this way. Let's say, hypothetically, Mashu were to go out into town alone and die in an accident. Would that be your fault? Is keeping her safe from all harm all the time your responsibility 24/7? No, and I hope that happens. No, of course not. That's not concern for a friend. That's more of a savior complex. Mashu is her own person. People are responsible for their own lives and choices. If you really respect her as an equal, you should be trusting her, not worrying about her. I mean, you can worry about someone while also trusting them. Piling more responsibility on your shoulders isn't going to help anyone. Especially if you're so weighed down you can't act quickly when you really need to. Still, based on what you've told me of your journey so far, sounds like your heart doesn't have anywhere else left to go. Pretty sure you used to be a lot lighter on your feet. Kind of person who lived his own life how he wanted. Am I wrong? What do you mean? Are you saying Gudo is an actual character? I can tell you what I don't mean. I don't mean just whatever's easiest. I'd say living life how you like means finding what suits you. Finding what it is you want more than anything. And fighting for it, as hard as you can, come what may. That's how you were during the incineration of humanity. And that I was there to witness it, of course. My point is, you and I are a lot alike. Guessing we both have the same role to play here in Britain. So what is it that Oberon wants? We're bystanders. As much as we hate it, you're no more the protagonist of the story than I am. Just like Oberon the Fairy King wasn't the protagonist of A Midsummer Night's Dream. All we can do here is watch to see how things play out. Even if in battle, can't do anything more than offer support from the rear. That doesn't mean you need to beat yourself up. At some point before this all ends, there will come a moment you have a crucial role to play. A time when no one else is around, or a chance to change how everything unfolds. That's great, doesn't it? So, for now, suggest you swallow that worry, get some rest, look forward for what's yet to come. So what if you're just a bystander? Even spectators have their pride after all. So bide your time, wait for your moment, do something spectacular at the very end that not even the gods could have seen coming. Just imagine how good it is going to feel when you finally wipe that smirk off that smug face of Fate Grand Order itself. Thanks, Oberon. Not sure what that was about, but I feel better now. What's so strange about it? It's how I've lived my whole life. Horsey? There aren't many people out there who can explain everything about themselves. It's not like we're predictable tools that come with instruction manuals. We're living analog creatures, fuzzy around the edges. That said, everyone has at least one thing they like about themselves, right? It's kind of embarrassing to say this out loud, but at least in this example, I don't think I'm a coward. And of course, you aren't either. Although, Blanca? Sorry about that, Blanca. I didn't realize I've been talking so long. Let's go look for Indel in Manchester tonight. About time we started investigating up north. Alright, better get going then. See you tomorrow night. Don't want to be the only one left out of the dinner fun after all. Wait. What is it you want, Oberon? To defeat Morgan, of course. Might not be a fighter myself, but that is why I was summoned here. Yeah, but why do you want to defeat Morgan? You're not talking about for humanity's sake or anything like that? Oh, now I see. Oh dang. It's kind of embarrassing. I guess I can't dodge the question after the big speech I just gave. I'm looking for Titania. Oh. Oh, that's sad. Is that why you're so evil? You have to kill everyone to get Titania, right? You're evil? Remember? Oberon's queen from A Midsummer Night's Dream? Titania, the fairy queen. The only one that ever loved obstinate Oberon. Hoping to see her, if I can. Though of course, I know that's impossible. Titania is a fictional character. Oh, what? She doesn't exist in proper human history. She could only ever exist within the confines of a story. I thought Titania would be real, but Oberon wasn't. Maeve's real? Does that count? We're gonna see Maeve Oberon. And she's gonna be cool. Okay, final one. Ryder and alter ego? Is this like a fake fight where we fight Da Vinci and Muramasa? So what do I Berserker? Vlad? But our Moon, no, Moon can't see. Who's good against alter egos again? Other alter egos? I don't know. There's slap Kiara up there. Well, and Vlad, in case it's like Da Vinci and Muramasa. I'm thinking it is, so I'm gonna actually start with this. Oh, what? I didn't like skip the story, did I? I'm assuming this is one of those like we're sparring with them and This is supposed to be a light practice bout, Muramasa. Why are you taking it so seriously? Are you a child or something? No, I'm an old man. It's my job to make sure youngsters like you got a proper education at the School of Hard Knocks. That doesn't go for Horsey, though. Seems like he's had more than his share of hardship. I gotta admit, Horsey, those quick combat summons of yours are really something. Yeah, Vlad the Third's pretty cool, huh? Makes me think I'd be better off keeping you safe instead of mixing it up myself. If you play your cards right, you might even be able to beat the Tomlin. You really think so? Is this like we just had a training arc? We're stronger now? You bet. If there are all the servants and magical energy you've got in them, you could definitely take them. You said one of them challenged you before? Next time it'll be your turn. Just make sure you've got a good victory line locked and loaded. Something like, I ain't afraid of no Tomlin. I gotta remember that. Your weapons are made of iron, right, Muramasa? Could you let me have some of the material? Sorry, I'm the only one who could work that. Basically an advance I'm paying for with magical energy. If you want to use them for yourself, I have to make something for you from scratch. That means we'd have to get some iron from a mine. I think it was Norwich that controls the iron supply around here, right? I see. I guess I'll just have to track some down somewhere. Somewhere. Not... After I came up with a plan to defeat Gawain too. Iron? Just throw iron at him? Like a horseshoe? Oh? Or I said a mean streak in those eyes, girlie? Get something devious in mind, I'm game to help. No thank you, just keep laughing it up with Horsey and leave me alone, old timer. Wow. Just broke Shiro's heart. Looks like someone's going through her rebellious phase. Maybe she's just like that? I love Nasu for bringing back up Shiro and Saber. That's in quotation marks. She's just jealous our resident grandpa is paying me attention. No, I am not. Just being the child of prophecy. There's no getting around that, then I might as well start taking it seriously. Start taking it seriously? Come on, you've always taken it seriously. No one here has ever thought otherwise. Oh, I see. You're worried about what Oberon said about having to convert the Tomlin eventually. I mean, definitely part of it, but... just figured I can't sit on the fence forever. The whole idea of making a pilgrimage around Britain and ringing the bell still doesn't feel yo to me. The fairies we met so far, including the ones in Gloucester, all had such high hopes for me. Of course, my whole village of Tintangle believed in me enough to raise me and send me out on this pilgrimage in the first place. Still worried I might not be able to live up to everyone's expectations. But I thought, for the time being, at least try being proud of being the child of prophecy. Like they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? I mean, I still don't have any specific ventures in mind, but... You know, girlie, for the life of me, can't tell if you're full of spirit or a shrinking violet. I can't keep wavering forever either. Yeah, good old character development. Horsey? Made up my mind, Artoria. Gonna help you no matter what Chaldea has to say. Oh, Da Vinci betrayal arc. What about Mashu? We're gonna kill Mashu together. Then we're only traveling together until we found Mashu. Of course, you're still gonna look for Mashu. Not stopping until I find her. Just want to help the child of prophecy on top of that. Good point, Horsey. We haven't made our position very clear, have we? Finding Mashu is definitely a top priority, but that doesn't mean we can just leave Britain to fend for itself. So we want to keep traveling with you, not just so we can find Mashu, so we can help Britain too. Now that we've made friends here, we want to do everything we can to help them so we can go back to our own home with no regrets. Is that about summing up, Horsey? I'm sure Director Goldolf won't be happy about this, but sounds good to me. For Gordy would give in eventually if he was here too. I mean, it would be, nice to, go to another world that, we don't have to destroy, but come on, we all know how this is gonna end. It's not just Muramasa anymore? You're saying you and Da Vinci are gonna join me on my pilgrimage too, Horsey? Come on, was that ever a question? Yep, sure Oberon would say the same thing. And we expect to be generously compensated once we've all saved the day, Star. How does that sound, Future King? Of course, if you'd rather not have us hanging around, we can always go our separate ways. No, not at all. This is great. Never dreamed I'd ever have this kind of help. Yes, this is the Child of Prophecy's first proper alliance. Starting to feel like a king. Yay! Well, you really are king, so... Of course, none of this changes the fact that we still don't have any kind of plan. It's great that you're feeling motivated about being the child of prophecy now and all. What do we actually do about it? Way to bring me crashing back down to reality. Find Mashu, meet up with, the Resistance. Was it... Is it Percival that's with them? I think it's Percival, right? Couldn't you let me be happy just for a little while, Muramasa? That's your entire problem right there. Well, as the resident old man here, kinda have to be a party pooper, right? Oberon? Read the whole thing, and I think I have an idea. That voice! It's Oberon! Why does it have to play the question mark card? Oh? It's a little earlier than I planned, but the time is clearly right. I'll tell you where the Child of Prophecy, and you, her companions, need to go next. Is this Merlin? The crossroads of destiny where the Child of Prophecy's rumor shall become reality. That's right! It's time for us to go save Norwich. I can hear him, but I can't see him. Is that really you, Oberon? Huh? What do you mean you can't see me? Oh, right, of course. Down here, everyone. What is it? Is he tiny? What? Ooh. Long distance sure takes a lot out of you. There's no substitutes for seeing things for yourself. What is this? Oh my god, he's adorable. Oh my god, he's adorable. You guys haven't seen me like this before, have you? I'm the stylish little speedster who races around Britain on a Sphinx moth at Mach speed. That's right, I'm Ryder Oberon, sometimes known as Robin Goodfellow. Oh! Robin Goodfellow is Oberon? Robin Goodfellow is also a character in A Midsummer Night's Dream. That's weird. The pint-sized fairy king. Huh? How did you get so small? Don't tell me you're gonna end it there. Okay. Just end it with cute Oberon. Why not? Why can't we summon that Oberon? I want Robin Goodfellow. Doesn't he have another name as well? I forget what it is. Section 7. Oh no, we're back to Mashu. Dang it. I guess we're going to Norwich soon though. That's gotta be the end of Act 1. How many? Is it 10 sections? I think so, so... yeah, that about lines up. Okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I was kind of like feeling out of it, but this got me back into it. Like, it's slow so far, right? And I think I kind of burned out a little, kind of, not binging it, but recording it in fairly quick succession. So just taking a break and, you know, coming back to it is nice. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.